time. And then we have to basically go to Buttonwillow. We have to beat him, basically.
So, new tires, new alignment, and the 383. 338.
Absolutely, yeah, that's gotta be priority. We can't just go there now. Now we have to beat him.
159, 159. Oh my God.
This one's smaller than that one by a lot. Finished up yesterday on Ree's car, so now we're jumping back on the yellow car, pressing out the old bushings, replacing it with the new 95s. Throw it back in. We already have the front carrier in there. Throw it in, button everything back up, bring the car down, start working on the removing the dash so we can get the heater core out. What was that?
So good. I'm so glad I picked up the phone on that one. This is big. Basically, it's huge. They're gonna, oh God, where do I even begin? There's a guy who wants to start a service, okay? He will sell the out of this service, okay? Right. He wants to charge $40, okay? Which I already told him, you double your price. Okay. $40. He's gonna come out to the track and he's gonna put a little box, just like you do in drifting. He comes from the drifting world. So that way it knows throttle speed, it knows control, it knows sectors, it knows everything. And he'll be giving you that data acquisition live at the track. Sure. He wants to charge $40 for it. I'm like, you're insane. Double that. No, for the whole day. The whole day. So he wants our help developing this system. He's gonna come down and for Saturday and Sunday, and he's gonna do data acquisition for us live on that. That way he can sell the service. So, and he just wants us to help him with that, but we're like,
all you have to do is drive.
That's it. That's it. So he's our data acquisition guy. So I'm gonna go pick that second day right now. I wasn't even gonna do it, but now I'm like, now we're gonna know what we're doing.
Yeah, we're professional.
Yeah. Professional. Now he stands no chance. Now he stands no chance. Come for you, mother.
Easy peasy. Alright, so I got a little bit ahead of Derek and I removed the dash while he was eating his lunch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the heater core, save some weight, make some room in here for extra activities. We don't really need this, we don't run the heater, so out it goes. From there, we're gonna just block off the big hole and then we're gonna get it all back together. Hopefully clean up all these extra wires that we don't need. We'll see how it goes. Morning! Continuing with the heater core today. I already kind of moved a lot of the wiring out of the way. Gonna vacuum this up so I don't make even more mess. I gotta do the lines in the engine bay, reroute them, remove this bar here. You see that? Do your D10 pins. So you have 3 hoses going into the firewall, pretty much into the heater core. One hose is actually from the front of the engine, one of them is from the back, and the third one is where it routes through the valve that then kind of goes through and it triggers it to open, some shit like that. And then that's how your heater works. The only hard part about this is if you leave your intake manifold on, you gotta work in this really tight space. It'd be a good time to do it when you remove the intake manifold. And then obviously you gotta take out your dash, the whole heater core assembly itself. But you also wanna have firewall delete panel to block off any of this, all this dust and air going in from the engine bay into the cabin. Because once it's removed, that's just gonna be a giant hole going into the cabin. I'm removing the intake. You have access to all the heater core lines now. So you can see this one actually goes straight to the back of the water pump. It actually splits off here into the throttle body, back out into the head. You can actually delete this hose here and this one. You just put a block off on this side and on this hose because you don't really need it running through the throttle body. That's more for emissions. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to take this one on the far left and you're going to have to loop it to this one that goes to the back of the block. So these 2 hoses just kind of loop into these valves and these help control the heater. So you can use either one of these because it has that right angle. It's going to help you loop this one into this one. And then after that, I'm going to take off the 4 bolts. 2 on opposite ends, and I will be able to start to pull out the heater core. Alright, so got the fittings. They didn't have a right angle one, which was preferably what I wanted, but it's all good. I applied a little bit of this spumas. It just helps seal. On it, hose clamps, and then we actually bought a aluminum reservoir, so we're gonna replace that while we're at it since the cooler system is already open. And then I'm gonna hook up my little specialty tool thingy chingadera and check to make sure it's actually sealing. Alright, so it looks like we're pretty much done on the engine bay side with the heater core. Now working on this side, removing this little hold down bracket here, and I'm gonna remove it on that side of it on the opposite end. Never mind, this is the hardest part. Can I get the dikes, please?
Yeah, I think
You too, you too. Ah, mother! I got coolant all over me. I look like I myself. 18 pounds.
So basically,
Wait, 18.4.
18.4.
Yeah, 18.4.
shipping guy got it.
I'd be kind of mad if the shipping guy got that way off.
Almost 2 pounds.
Okay, well,
So we're like just around 20 pounds.
Yeah, just a little over 20.
That's good.
that's everything.
Because the whole system is under vacuum, once you open this valve with the other end duct and coolant, it's just gonna suck in all the coolant and fill up the whole system.
Take it.
So we're swapping out the top pads. We're gonna use the M3 style one that adds a little bit more caster and hopefully can give us a little bit of that extra camber that we're looking for. About to find out if it works or not. A little quick tip, you can take I think it's an M12 washer and you stick it in between the knuckle and your actual coilover or strut because there's a little spacer, and this is the pivot point up here. It actually pushes the knuckle slightly out even more, or it brings in the strut or coilover in more, and it actually helps give you that extra 2 degrees of camber or so. Bolt it up, make sure you torque it. Mine's already torqued. As you can see, I have my little marks. You're good to go. 38.4. So 38 minus 17, that's 21 pounds shaved. Nice. I don't know what I'm doing. I measured that like 10 times each side. The nerves kicked in for real this time. Ooh! Alright, let's go. Ooh, okay. Get. Okay, wasn't too bad. Take your time, go slow, little by little. Now we take the stencil and we draw it on the masking tape.
This is a lot of time and learning, actually, is what it was. It's a 3D scan of the exact profile of the original heater core, so we can get an exact factory fit. The printer isn't big enough, so we actually put it together, these little dowels. So we're gonna glue them together and put it there. So obviously this wouldn't be the production model. We would get it, pressure injected and make it all fancy schmancy. But for our little race car, it's perfect. And you can even see we even matched factory grooves. So pretty slick.
Oh, dude, this is perfect. And the really cool thing about 3D printing these parts is that while it's printing, Matt or any of the other guys can be doing anything else and producing anything else. It's kind of like a passive thing. Hey guys, so I'm here in the 3D printing room. It's the next day, and we got the 3D printed headlight deletes finished off the 3D printer. I just have to go clean it up because it has this material that dissolves with water, which gets sprayed down in this, and then it'll reveal the final print. And I should be able to super glue it together and assemble this headlight delete. All right, guys, so the race is tomorrow, and we're just doing some last-minute things on the car. And per Gurgisty fashion, Matt had actually just finished 3D printing a new part. So I'm gonna be in the 3D printer room again, getting these boys ready to get thrown onto the car. So these are actually new canards that he had designed. So we're gonna be testing those canards over at the track tomorrow. The headlight delete is painted and installed. It looks really good. How's it going, Tito?
Just removing the latches so Gary can wrap the hood properly. It'll look cleaner with this out of the way so it can actually sit on top of the wrap instead of having the wrap going around the edge of the hood pad.
And it's also like this rubbery texture. It's not like a hard, brittle piece. This thing's so sick.